What's good, sports family? Breaking news in the MLB. Yes, longtime Pirate Andrew McCutchen has signed with the Texas Rangers on a minor league contract. And before we get started, like, comment, subscribe for more not only baseball but football and basketball content on the channel. So, as maybe you all know that I make a lot of YouTube shorts for minor league contract. I think I never made a long format video for minor league contract, but the reason why I did this for Andrew McCutchen is because, as many of you guys know, Andrew McCutchen has been a long-time Pittsburgh Pirate, and then he bounced around a couple of teams here and there, and then he came back to the Pirates. And the fact that the Pirates didn't want to re-sign him is, let's just say, kind of messed up. And I'll get into more detail of what I think about it. Long time Pirate, to see if it was a good move, bad move. Was it unprofessional? Was it professional for them to not sign him back? But let's get into why the Texas Rangers and the Pirates wanted him and moved on from him. So, first up, the Texas Rangers signed him to a minor league contract. The 39-year-old former NL MVP attempting to play his 18th season. If he performs well in camp, he could be called up as a designated hitter, a platoon outfielder, a veteran clubhouse leader. The Rangers are pretty much looking for a right-handed bat to help at DH, possibly in a platoon role with other hitters. So the Texas Rangers need a DH type of hitter, and they think Andrew McCutchen still has some in the tank, because if you look at his stats last year, he had a .239 average, on-base percentage .333, slugging percentage .367. He was still effective versus left-handed pitching with a .267 average, which is why teams still see him as a value for their organization as a platoon bat. So that's why the Texas Rangers want him, because they see the fact that, yes, he's 39 years old, but the fact that you can hit pretty good at 39 years old, pulling a Tom Brady type of way, is pretty impressive. And there's not a lot of good DHs out there. I mean, there's a few, but how they're going to fit the organization, that's the thing. Now, this is why the Texas Rangers didn't want him. They filled up his role already. They sell Marcell Ozuna to a $12 million deal, taking over the designated hitter role that McCutchen had. So Ozuna is going to be the DH, but also might play outfielding, which is what McCutchen is pretty much used for last year. Age and declining production. McCutchen is 39 years old. His production has declined compared to his MVP season a long time ago. Teams often prefer younger players or prospects in those roster spots. Third one would be Pirates are focused on a younger roster. Pittsburgh has continued to rebuild and youth movement. So the front office are focused on new offensive addition and developing players instead of another short-term deal for McCutchen. And then last but not least, it became a business decision. Even though McCutchen is a franchise legend, the team didn't guarantee him a contract or let him to sign elsewhere when the opportunity appeared. So pretty much McCutchen even said it last year. He still has a lot left in the tank. He does not want to retire anytime soon. It's not like you say, oh yeah, I'm going to retire 1 more year or 2 more years. No, maybe it might be like 4 more years or 5, depending on how he feels. I mean, right now, he looks good. He's really good in shape. He does hit somewhat decent for a 39-year-old. Usually a lot of 39-year-olds hit well below 200, maybe 1 something average, honestly. And the fact that, he still wants to be a Pittsburgh Pirate is something that shows that he still loves the organization from the bottom of his heart. But the fact that the Pirates didn't view him as that way, it's just kind of messed up. The Pirates want to go for a younger, more, I would say, better hitter. Yes, Marcell Ozuna is much better than McCutchen right now, but they want to focus on that, especially focused on their young core, which shows that the Pirates want to go to a different direction. The Texas Rangers, could see something happening there with McCutchen, Texas Ranger, but I'm going to give you guys my thought on this now, because I can give you more information, but it's the same stuff I'm going to repeat. So, this is what I'm going to say. I think this is perfect for the Texas Rangers organization. You have veteran leadership, definitely wants to play. DH role, I mean, who else you're going to have? McCutchen still can maybe do better than last year. Who knows? And you definitely need leadership. Last year with Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, and a couple other players, it was locker room issues. But I think Andrew McCutchen being a clubhouse, the veteran leadership that he has, the all-star, the type of guy he is, I think it's perfect for the Rangers organization to bring him in. And then as for the Pirates, I mean, I get it. I get why they did this, because Andrew McCutchen is not the same hitter he once was. You know, you can't always go for, fan base, love instead of how the product on the field is. So that happened with my New York Mets. As you see, we wanted to keep Pete Alonso. We kind of wanted to keep Brandon Nimmo. We didn't really care about Jeff McNeil, really. But Pete Alonso was the main one we were pretty much sad. He was a fan favorite. But the fact that we move on from Pete Alonso because of a baseball business. Yes, he was a good first baseman, sometimes had hiccups, but his hitting, he's only known for power. He's going to be much older by the time he, ends that contract with Baltimore. So we couldn't really give him that money. It's kind of, he's always a swing and miss type of player, so we had to go to a different direction. It is what it is. I think Pete kind of hurt himself by not doing well the last 2 or 3 seasons. Definitely could have gotten a bigger contract from the Mets. The Mets would have been much more comfortable with him. But who knows? I must have been wrong for something that really happened or not. Who really knows? But I can relate to Pirates fans as a Mets fan, because you love this guy so much. You want him to stay forever. But the fact that you have to go to a different direction for better for the franchise. But in a way, I'm going to say this. The Pirates should have been very more upfront with Andrew McCutchen. They could have been like, hey man, how many years are you trying to be here? Like, how many years? Don't say, maybe 1 or 2. Like, tell us straight up. How many years? If it's 2 years, if it's 5 years, what's up? Because if it was like 2 years, I think they would have been like, okay, you can stay. Or a year, stay. But 5 years, kind of pushing it. It's like, all right, you're kind of ruining our, timeline of how we want to do well with the franchise. But I would have still brought him back. Yes, you brought Ozuna, but what if Ozuna plays outfield? What if a guy gets injured? You have McCutchen step up. You could have had McCutchen in the locker room, play here and there. I think he would have been okay with it. But to just let him go, and it's kind of unprofessional. I mean, did this before. Now you're going to do this again? It's interesting. It's very interesting. But I'm going to say this. I'm not sure what's next for McCutchen. If he does make the Texas Rangers roster, awesome. He plays another year. But if he doesn't, then I guess he'll be a free agent if nobody picks him up. And next year, maybe the Pirates will bring him back. Maybe another team will bring him back. Or maybe a team will bring him during the regular season. Who really knows? But all I gotta say is that the Pirates, you really are kind of, honestly, are unprofessional. Like, come on. Pretty unprofessional. Could have done better than this with McCutchen. You could have been straight up with him. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on in the GM role. I don't know what they're thinking. But, yeah, guys, let me know in the comments. Do you think this is the right move? The Pirates moved on from Andrew McCutchen. Do you think it's the wrong move? Do you think Andrew McCutchen's better off in Texas? Do you think Andrew McCutchen will even make the team or even be on a different team? Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys next video.